Hey y'all, this is part 2 of our 90-Day Fiance Season 10, Episode 10 recap with Kimberly. We had to cut it into 2 parts because it was so long, but part 1 is already in your feed, so take a listen to part 1 and here's part 2. All right, let's go to Sophie and Robert. Now, I did have a monkey reach out to say that they don't necessarily appreciate my British accent, and that's okay. That's okay. I get it. It's terrible. All of my accents are terrible, by the way. They're all terrible. Even the only accent I can tell you with confidence that I know is good, and I have no confidence in anything that I do, but I do have full confidence in my Southern accent because that's my ear. That's my people.
Yeah.
So again, I will tell you guys, I'm not meaning to insult anybody with my British accent. I'm not.
I find it funny, and we do accents on our show too, and people always say they're terrible, but the true people, the true listeners that love us, they think it's funny, no matter how terrible they are.
And I think that somebody also got upset because Matt said that it was okay if we do a British accent because they're white. And it's okay to do white accents. No, Matt said that, not me. And also, obviously, lots of people that are British are not white. We know this.
Yes.
We know this. We know this.
I think he meant, I don't know how to phrase it.
There's no way to make it right.
I'm not going to phrase it.
There's no way to make it
handle that. Yeah.
Also, Sophie, by the way, not white. So I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. So if for anybody I offended, I'm sorry. When I come back from London, I'm going to have a terrible accent. Hopefully between when I go to Paris and get a French accent to when I go to London, somewhere on the channel, it'll leave me. And then hopefully on the plane back from London to Virginia, it'll also leave me again. Because I just pick up the accents and I think that I don't even always know I'm doing it. So I'm sorry.
No, it's like Madonna.
So similar. So similar. Or like Meredith Marks, who got real British when she was drunk.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, what's the rumors of
that
the situations? Yeah. All right. So Sophie has now told Robert that she's bi. And here's how she said it. She said, I'm bi.
I could not even understand what she was saying. And I couldn't believe he picked up on it.
He was like, say again? So he says, well, I wish I would have known this 2.5 years ago. And then he says, have you ever even been with a woman? And she says, her answer to that was, I've never dated a woman.
That was very interesting.
Because she didn't answer the question, right?
Right. No, she didn't.
But he's not bright enough to pick up on that. So he says, so I don't really know if you are bi, which is insulting. Uh-huh. He says, because all women think other women are attractive. Women are generally attractive, so all women think women are attractive.
Okay, I don't know where he learned this.
I mean, yes, I find women attractive, but I don't want to see naked boobies.
Yeah,
Do you know
there
what I mean?
is a difference, and it's some bi erasure that he's doing by making every woman bi.
Yeah, it's like every woman is attracted to other women.
But I do think there's like a scale, and some people,
of course,
a lot of people fall in the middle somewhere, or like close to one end, but not completely one end, you know.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have any sort of subtleties in him, so he's just like.
He's like, everybody thinks women are pretty, so duh.
Yeah.
Like
you can think someone's pretty without wanting to have sex with them.
I can say like that lady's got a rockin' bod, but that doesn't mean I want her to be my girlfriend.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with it if you do. But he has this negative, snippy attitude all the time.
Yes, you're right. All the time. He's very defensive. Yes.
He's always like that. Like about anything. Like if you said, do you want orange juice? He'd be like, why are you saying that? Do you think I need do you think I have scurvy? Why do you think I need orange juice? He's such a dick.
He's just defensive about everything. Everything. Even when I saw him do an Instagram and somebody else posted it and said, he was like, oh, I'm sorry, y'all don't like my apartment. I guess I was the only one that struggled during COVID. Sorry.
Oh my God. That's not oh my God.
Nobody said anything about struggling during COVID. Okay. So he says, do you want to have sex with a woman? And she says, I mean, I would want to. Yeah, but I'm marrying you. And so because I'm marrying you, you're the only person that I want to have sex with. And he goes, so you're just cool with never trying it out? By the way, she didn't say she never tried it out.
Right. Yeah,
She
you
said she's never
missed
had a
that part.
relationship with a woman. She's never
Mhm.
dated a woman.
Yeah.
So he says, so you're just cool with never trying it out? And she says in her talking head, she goes, it's hard to understand what I'm really trying to tell him. Like he's really having a hard time. And so he goes, it sounds like in 5 or 10 years, you're just going to pop up and tell me you want to try it out. And she goes, no, nobody said that either. I'm never going to cheat on you. And if I ever did have those feelings, I would respectfully come to you and talk to you about it. And he says, well, let me tell you one thing. If you ever did want to try it, it'd be we are going to be with a girl, not you are going to be with a girl, like a side relationship. And she goes, well, in that situation, in that conversation, it would be me trying to figure out my sexuality. And you would just be, you want to fuck another woman.
Right.
And he goes, well, if you're going to cheat, it's okay, but it's not okay if I did. So if you're going to cheat, I'm going to cheat. And she goes, no, I've never said that. And I'm never going to be okay with, it's just okay to cheat. You're not hearing me. She says, I'm telling you something very personal to me. And I just want you to support me and love me and appreciate that I told you this very personal thing and don't argue with me. Why are you arguing with me? And he says, I do appreciate you telling me something personal, but I could see it was hard. But anyway, we're supposed to go buy rings. Should we go do that? It's just wild.
What he should have done is say, I love you. I accept you no matter what. This is part of you. There's no need to be ashamed. But I
Right.
do have concerns that maybe we can discuss later. You
And I'm
know,
trying to process it.
I need
Yeah.
to process. I mean, I get why he's having concern. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. But it does kind of sound like she is expecting in the future she might want a hall pass. And
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
she won't let him have a hall pass because hers is to explore her sexuality and his is to fool around.
Right.
So it does seem like a bit like a double standard. I get why he's upset, even though it's not the same thing. So
Right.
someone's
Right.
going to come for me for that. But like, I get why
No,
he
no,
would
no.
have concerns.
I actually am seeing both sides on this because if someone comes to you and tells you that, you're like, so what you're saying is you've never explored it, but it's in you. And so when he says in 5 to 10 years, you might come and talk to me about it, she doesn't say absolutely not
No, she says we would talk about it and I might want to do something, but you're
at that
never allowed
time.
to do something.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I could see where he's like, now hold
But
on a
his
second
approach
now.
is horrible and made her
Yeah.
feel so bad about something that is just part of who she is, and that made me
Yeah.
so sad.
Yeah.
Also, she is so well hydrated. Did you see how big that jug of water was? It is no joke, like 2.5 gallons. It is
I
huge.
it was too big even for me. And you and I both have
Yeah.
our giant things.
It was like my
Um,
Sparklets delivery thing that is 3 gallons, and I could barely lift it. And it was
you're
almost
right.
done. She
Yeah.
had almost finished it.
Yeah. It was huge. And I kept thinking like, I hope you wash that a lot because like,
Oh, bacteria grows
yeah,
and
but
stuff.
yeah,
Also, that's gonna make her have to go to the bathroom all the time, and that bathroom there is outside in a shed.
you're right. It is an
I would
outhouse.
never drink in that place.
Oh my God. So outside, he's saying to the camera guys, he's like, yeah, I mean, I wish I had more time to process it. It was just sort of like sprung on me and I haven't had time to think it through. So, once he does think it through, maybe he will come around and have a better attitude about it.
Yeah. So
So,
why are they going ring shopping? I know they're on a timeline, but you could give
yeah,
yourself a few days. You're not
yeah.
on that tight of a timeline.
I think she's like, I already put on the outfit and we're filming and we have already set up the filming at this ring store. So we have
This
to go
is the
there because they're
worst
expecting
idea.
us.
They're both like, let's go try on these effing rings. I don't care. That's the attitude they're going in with.
Yeah, 100%. And did you notice, by the way, this is a total throwback to Devin and Nick. Did you notice when they walked in their store, there was a huge sign on the door that says no cameras or recording of any kind?
Right. Which they have an entire film crew with them. That's
Yeah.
very, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. So when they walked into this ring shop, this just made me think like they had set up this filming time.
Yes.
So they're like, guys, if you could push through, we've already set up this filming time
Yeah.
to
We
shop.
got the
Can we?
permits. We have the
Yeah,
parking outside for the crew. We have the
yeah,
lighting set up. We have paid the guy at the store. We have everything. Yeah.
yeah.
It
Can we
takes a
just
lot
go
of
ahead
work.
and go?
The
Yeah,
travel location manager, that's so
yeah.
much work. So
So I think that they were like, if you guys don't hate each other right this minute, can we go ahead
here
and
we
just
go.
go? Yeah. So now they're on the way to go ring shopping. They're in the car. And he says, so do you think you're going to be happy with me the rest of your life if you have this thing you haven't explored? Like maybe you want to be with a woman. And she says, well, no woman has come around that made me that interested. And he says, then how did you figure out you were bi? I don't believe that, which is a great point.
No, but I think she said like, she says, no woman has come around that I've caught feelings for.
Right. I think she has explored it, but there's nobody she's wanted to have a relationship with.
Yes, exactly. But he is not getting that she has clearly either fooled around or wanted to fool her. She's found
Yeah.
women attractive and she's wanted to do stuff she might have or not.
Yeah.
She just says, I've never wanted to be in a relationship with a specific woman.
Yeah. Because he's like, but if you've never, he's trying to say, if you've never fooled around with a girl, then how did you figure out that you were interested in it? I don't believe it, which that's his point, but he's just sort of not here. He's not hearing the part he doesn't want to hear, which is that she probably has acted on it, even if it was just like she drunkenly kissed somebody at a party, you know?
Also, there are probably millions of people out there who have secretly wanted to do stuff and then have been pushing down because of society that part of themselves, turn it off like a light switch, Book of Mormon. So that doesn't mean just because you haven't acted on it that you didn't have those desires.
Right. Right. Totally. So we don't know if she has or she hasn't, but you know, he was like, you have to know. And she's like
trying to catch her in a weird lie.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like he's on debate team or something.
She's just mad now. She's mad because of the way he reacted on the porch, the patio. She's mad about that. And she's mad that he's all of a sudden like, oh, you get a hall pass. He's all of a sudden excited about some girl he's going to fuck in 5 years. You know?
His reaction is wrong. Every time he has the opportunity to take the high road, he takes the low road.
You're right. You're right. You know, I'm obsessed with Quince. I was telling Amy Phillips about Quince this weekend, and this is perfect for Devin because she dreads going into a store. It gives her all this agita. She would rather just have things sent to her and have it fit.
Me too.
And another thing is that with my code, she would get free shipping, and they have 365-day returns. So she can return something if when she gets it, it doesn't look great, just send it right back. Send it right back. So Quince, as you know, has these timeless pieces. They'll stay in your closet forever. They have the cashmere starting at $50, gorgeous silk. They have luggage. They have home items. They have baby items. This week I ordered some socks and some cute black like flat sneakers that I'm hoping are going to be perfect for my Europe trip because I'm still working on the footwear for that trip. All of Quince's items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Be sure to check that chart at the bottom of each item to compare the prices to other things, especially like the luggage. Check it out. And then if you read the reviews, people will tell you that they got it. It is literally the exact same thing that they got from a competitor, but it was, for the luggage example, $189 instead of $489 or just something. The prices are crazy. They're really, really good. And I'm telling you from my own experience that every single thing I've gotten clothes for me. I've gotten clothes for my son, for my husband, socks, luggage, everything. Everything is top quality. So listen to me, Devin. Listen to me, little girl. Listen to me, Devin.
Trauma of going to the dress store.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Take the drama out of planning the outfit, Devin, and upgrade your closet. Get all your pieces in there you need with Quince. You're going to go to quince.com/pinkshade. You're going to get, like I said, free shipping on your order, 365-day returns. You're going to go to quince.com/pinkshade. That will give you free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/pinkshade, and that's where you're going to get it.
And it's with a CE at the end.
QUINCE.
It's not like if you had multiple babies.
No. I'm sorry. QUINCE.com/pinkshade. Free shipping, 365-day returns. Everything's wonderful. You'll love it. You're welcome. So she's just mad. And finally she goes, you know what? This is my personal business and my personal feelings. And let's just focus on these fucking rings.
I don't even care.
I care. So they go look, and they go, okay, so what are you looking at? You're looking at white gold, yellow gold, you like 14 karat? He goes, cheap gold. Cheap gold. That's what I want.
He's such
a
douchebag.
He's acting like such a jerky because you're going to have to take me away from all these expensive rings right here. What you got in the window? Those look pretty cheap. He's being so rude, and she is being dead quiet. When he starts telling the guy about their personal life and she's from the KMO visa, this guy may have thought she was from Russia. I mean, he had no idea where she's from because she never spoke. She didn't
This
say
is
a word. She
She's
never opened her
so
mouth.
embarrassed. How would you feel if you go in and the guy's like 200, that's all I want to spend. Like this is all she's worth. Look
It
at
was
like essentially
terrible.
that's what he's saying. Like cheap, the cheapest you have, she's not worth those. Like that's essentially what he's saying.
He's being so rude. And remember when they were talking in the apartment before they went ring shopping, remember that she was like, I want a ring that's like 5,000. He's like, no, girl. He's like, that's not in the budget. He goes, but if you find something you like, that kind of, we'll work through it, whatever.
Yeah.
But now, of course, that's totally switched.
Yeah, the guy's like
Totally
maybe
switched.
1,000 and he goes try 800 cheaper than that.
I was like, was that $200 going to break the bank?
And he's like being
So,
so rude to the ring guy.
so rude. So she was like, he's so mad and he's taking it out on the ring guy. The ring guy didn't do anything. This is so embarrassing. It's weird. It's awkward. It's uncomfortable. And then he's telling the ring guy all their personal business. And
The
she's
ring
like,
guy's like a marriage counselor now. Like that's his second job. Does he have to do that? Is that if there are any jewelry salespeople out there, I want to know, is that only on 90 Day Fiance that they have to like patch together broken couples and get them a ring? Or
it
is
happens
it
all
like,
the time on this show.
does that happen? It does happen all the time on the show. Does that happen in real life too? That's what I want to know. Or is it just on 90 Day? Please let us
Don't you
know.
bet people go in that are ring shopping and they start fighting immediately because it's like,
Immediate. Yeah.
the girl wants this. Or like when Dave and I were picking out things, I really wanted him. I don't know why. I really wanted him to have a gold band. And he was like, I don't know. I'm looking at that. I was like, ew, you're not getting anything but it's a gold band. That's it. Like, I was like, not even, so you're not getting anything. Don't even like look at something that's like any different. Gross. What are you? Who cares? Ew. Like, why did I care so much? I think his ring was like $50. It was so cheap.
I think
And
like the stress of the wedding this might be like the cherry on top. You're already overwhelmed.
Yes, and you focus on the little things that don't
That
matter
you
at
can
all.
control because
Yes.
you feel like you can control that and you can't control how crazy your family's being or whatever.
I hated the napkins that we got, the cocktail napkins we got for the
See, and
wedding.
normally would you care? No, but like that's what you focus on.
We still have some, and every time I look at them, I still hate them. But I realize now that it wasn't important at
Yeah.
all. Because it was white writing on a cream napkin, and then you
Oh.
couldn't really see it.
Oh,
And
interesting.
in the pictures that we saw, it didn't look like that. But then when we got them, you could hardly see it. I was really upset about it. But we had like 1,000.
Oh,
So, yeah, what could we do?
see, that
Who
would be a
cares?
whole episode on 90 Day
Yeah,
about the
who
napkins.
cares? But who cares? But it's so stressful that every little thing just drives
Yeah.
you nuts. So she's like, he starts telling the ring all their business. And it's like, yeah, I mean, there's things you don't find out. Like, I mean, she told me some shit today that I was like, whoa, guess I'm still going to marry her. And she's like, one thing I said was not to say anything. And now he's hinting to the ring guy that I've done something horrible. And this ring guy, why is he taking it out of the ring guy?
It like
So
made me sick
embarrassing.
to my stomach.
But then he says, we need 2 rings under $500. And then once they find 2 rings and they're sort of like those, then she actually speaks. So now this guy knows that she's not mute or non-English speaking. He realizes now she can talk. She finds one that she likes and she was like, it doesn't really necessarily match, but I think I like it. And then she's like, it's cute. Look, it's cute. It looks so nice. And he's like, yeah, it looks nice. So at least he starts to soften just a little.
Yeah.
He's like, I've never worn a ring or whatever. Now, we know in real time
Also, it was
that
huge ring, by the way. His ring was like Mr. T's jewelry. It was so girthy.
and it was and it was like whatever's that word like starts with a T. It was like a dark metal.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the word right now, but the guy
Yeah, I
said
can't
it.
either.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go to Cirtra and Sam. Wow. I did like this week how Cirtra called out Sam's small face. Because I think that's what it is we've been trying to figure out. What is it about? It is that he has a very small face.
It's
That's
the
what it
lower
is.
half of his face that
Mhm.
is much smaller, and I thought it was maybe a drug history situation.
Mhm. Mhm.
There's a term for it that I'm not going to say.
Meth
And
mouth?
yeah.
Okay. But he doesn't have meth mouth. He doesn't.
No,
He
but
has all his teeth.
he has all his teeth, but it's like his jaw is so small that it looks almost like he doesn't have teeth.
Right. You're
And
right.
then
You're right.
when she said small face, I was like, oh my God, that we can talk about it now. She said it, and he laughed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He also has
It's a big
that
deal.
baby look where he is going to look 15 for 15 more years at least.
He is 30 years old.
That's insane. He has
And
that
he
baby boy
looks
face.
16 years old. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
yeah. So he's headed over for a barbecue at his brother Luke's house with his parents are going to be there. Doing like he said he lived with his dad. So I feel like maybe his parents are divorced, but maybe they're not. I don't know. Both of his
Oh,
parents are there.
interesting.
Maybe this is a stepmother. I don't know. So Sam tells us that his family has kind of made fun of his situation and didn't really think it was real. But his mom is there. Her name is Dee Dee. Listen, I love the name Dee Dee. She looked like a Dee Dee. She gave me Dee Dee energy. Yeah.
I had a problem with Dee.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, we'll get there. So Dee Dee asked him about Citra coming, and Sam says, yeah, her dad's vacation time got approved. So her dad, Herman, is going to come over with the two sisters shortly after she arrives, like 2 weeks after she arrives. So Sam's like, yeah, the dad's a cop. And that's kind of scary. And right when the dad gets here, the first thing we're doing is going to a mosque so I can convert. Like I need to find, he hasn't even found a mosque. He doesn't know anything about, not one thing about converting. He's just literally waiting until the last minute. Now, Dee Dee tells us that it hurts her a little bit that he's going to be converting because she's Christian. Her religion teaches her to love all people and all religions. And she doesn't think that he should have to convert to marry a person. You don't have to marry a person and join their religion. Now, this is true of Dee Dee and her husband, ex-husband, because he believes in aliens and she believes in Jesus.
Right.
So that's very different. Then mom says, now, do those Muslims, do they celebrate Christmas?
No, I got to go back. She first
Mm.
says, it's hard for me that he's going to convert to Muslim.
Oh, okay. Well, she just doesn't understand.
Strike one.
Okay. Well, that's strike one. Okay. She doesn't understand. Yeah. All right. So that's what you have a problem with?
Keep
Her
going.
verbiage. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we got more. Okay. So mom says, do they celebrate Christmas? And he
Strike
goes,
two.
that is a strike because that seems to me something you would know.
Yeah.
And he says, this was rough. He says, no, maybe it's Yom Kippur.
Strike
So
three.
you guys, this was hard. This is a hard conversation.
And now he's bringing my people into it. They're giving the amazing people of Missouri a bad name.
They are. You're right. They are.
Also,
And Dad,
I just
yeah.
the brothers wearing a like cut off sleeveless like American flag shirt, and the dad is wearing a shirt that says Huntington Beach, and Huntington Beach is like the neo-Nazi racism MAGA QAnon capital of Orange County right now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Says Kimberly.
Says me.
Says Kimberly. People that are from Huntington Beach are really going to be reaching out to you.
Go for
Unless
it.
they might
I'm
just, I mean,
wrong.
she's from her, Kimberly's people are from there.
Yeah, my brother lived there. My sister-in-law lived there for a very long time, and they say the same thing. So
yeah. All right. So mom says they celebrate Christmas. He says no, maybe it's Yom Kippur. And dad says no, not Yom Kippur. Something else. And Luke says, well, you might want to start learning about it. You might want to start understanding what they do. Yeah.
You all could stand to read a book. Give it a
Yeah.
wiki.
I mean, just a quick wiki
wiki.
would get
First paragraph.
just basic facts.
Yeah.
Basic facts. So Sam tells his parents that, I haven't fully told Citra, about how I'm not going to get that diversion, and everything. She knows about the arrest. So this must have been one of the times that he had a relapse where he told us he's 9 years sober, but he's not because he's had many relapses. So he's,
I heard
from
you and
whatever
Matt
was his last relapse.
discussing how the math was not adding up there.
No. So he says around age 22. Now he said around 22, and I assume that's age 22 because that would coincide with his when he was trying to get sober, but it could have been 2022. I did because he just said around 22, he started seeing a doctor that was prescribing him Suboxone. It keeps withdrawals at bay. It helps you detox without terrible withdrawals. Now,
and
if
I
he
looked,
was
it
seeing
helps with like the addiction aspect too.
it does. My husband took that Suboxone. prescribed by a doctor. But they're also in the pharmaceutical world. If you saw that documentary, that The Pharmacist, I believe it was, where the people start finding clinics to give them Suboxone because they become addicted to that.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's also an opioid.
And they were using it a lot and trading it on 60 Days In on the latest season.
Yes, yes. And so a lot of people that had on The Pharmacist, they would show that people that would get the prescriptions for their opioids wouldn't take them, but they would wait until
Mhm.
the day where people's insurance kicked in and go over to the Suboxone clinics and then sell it in the parking lot. Yeah. So, people that are not, these are not upstanding members of the pharmaceutical community. I'm talking about people that are trying to prey on people with addiction.
Yeah, it's gross. Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is why he said recently he was on a business trip. He's an Amazon warehouse worker, so I don't know what business trip he was
What?
on.
It's a business trip.
He was on a business trip and he got pulled over and arrested because he had Suboxone, but not in a prescription bottle. So
Uh,
obviously he was getting it from a shady doctor,
yeah, none of this sounds legit.
or he did get it from a legit doctor, but then turned to the dark side to get it otherwise. Okay. So he got arrested. So the judge offered him a diversion program. So if he did all his court papers and appeared in court, he would be eligible for a diversion program to keep people out of jail for drug-related offenses, which is wonderful. But he missed a deadline for an application, so now he
Why did
probably
he
has
miss
to
the
go to
deadline?
jail
I can't. You had
because
it.
he's on drugs.
This is so shady. I know, and he's acting like he's clean, and the show is letting him on here. The show should be like, this is not like Chris, who kind of fooled me. Chris, who clear might have had some problems. Chris, the
Oh,
lesbian, Chris and Jamie,
yeah, Chris and Jamie. Yeah. Oh my God, that
with
girl.
all the
Yeah.
health problems and the
Hmm.
allergies and the
Hmm.
yeah,
And the
like
falling asleep.
the narcolepsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's called nodding off. Okay. So allegedly, we don't know. So he may have to go to jail. And he doesn't want to let her know this before she arrives because then she might not come. Well, no shit.
Yeah. Also, the
S-
show requires that you have a deep, dark secret that you're not telling the person until they come.
Well, this one's pretty deep and pretty dark.
Yep.
So 13 time zones away in Indonesia. Citra is going to get some delicious food with her dad and her sister because she says in America the food has no taste and she's really going to miss the Indonesian food. Well, she's partially right, unless you like fried food and then it's got a lot of taste.
A lot of taste.
Uh,
This season is full of hot takes about anti-American food.
yes, right, you're right. So her dad, Herman, talks to her and says, right when you arrive, you have to find that mosque and start planning the wedding. And also you have to plan for Sam's conversion. That's the first thing you have to do. And she says, yes, I know. And Herman tells us in Islam, the father must be there to witness the wedding, even if it's all the way in America. If it's possible for the father to be there, the father must be there to witness the wedding.
But
So
why is he coming a week later if he's so worried that they're going to have sex? Why
you
does
think he
he?
should just go with her
Maybe he
immediately?
has to work, I guess.
Yeah, because they say he just got the approval. And maybe she's like, give me 2 weeks to get there to see if I even want to do this.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess, but they can have a lot of sex in that amount of time.
All right. So she's packing up and she's in her room. And I was trying to look at all the stuff in her bag. I was trying to just really zoom in on it.
I
Like,
love doing that. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm
She
so
says,
curious.
she feels nervous. She feels overwhelmed. She feels sad. She's very sad to leave her cat and her sisters. They won't really miss her, but she thinks her dad's going to miss her.
That was cute. I like
Uh,
her.
I like her too. So now he's cleaning the house for her. He's like, she's a total clean freak and I'm not. And it's been 2 years since they've seen each other in person. So I worry it's going to be weird. Yeah, you think? So he's like, I'm wearing this batik shirt that she sent me because she said it looks good. And then I got her this prayer mat. It's kind of a nice one.
He's trying.
And
He's cleaning way more than Gino did.
yeah, he's
You
got
got to give
all
him
new
props.
bedding, all new pillows, everything's new.
Hmm.
And he says, I don't like that Muslim rule of no sex before marriage, but I see a lot of white Indonesian babies in our future.
What?
And
Maybe settle the criminal case first.
instead of
Maybe,
worrying about banging. Yeah.
yeah, maybe get off the drugs first.
He says, we're going to have a few days. Well, it's 14 because it's 2 weeks. We're going to have a few days before her dad arrives, and we just have to cuddle and stuff. That's not going to be easy. So do you think they had sex when he was in Indonesia and visited her?
I kind of do. Yeah.
I do too. I think he did because he's like, but now we just can't have it before the wedding. Well, 2 years ago in Indonesia was
Yeah.
before the wedding.
Also, maybe they would, but there are going to be cameras and like they're going to have, maybe they
That's,
still might, but like they won't want to admit it on camera because of her religion.
yeah,
But, he's a horny little effer,
he
as
is.
he so romantically said.
Yeah, he's 30 and she's 26. So chances are good when he was there, they did do it.
I think they did.
Yeah.
Maybe this show has made me jaded, but
Yeah. Yeah. So she arrives at the airport. He's very excited, and she's like, I'm nervous too, but I think I look good, so that's great. And they get to she gets to the airport. They're super excited. They run to each other, they hug and they kiss, and he tries to pick her up, and it's a fail. It's a fail. He can't pick
because
her up.
he's kind of he's no
He's
body shaming. He's he's a small guy, thin
he's a
guy.
small guy.
He's
Yeah.
thin, and she's normal size. She's very small too.
They're about the same size.
They're about
Yeah.
the same size. Yeah.
And as he hugs her, he's like, "Oh, I forgot how tiny you are." And she was like, "You couldn't pick me up, so I'm not that tiny." So they're hugging and stuff. He's like, "Life has been so hard without you." And she was like, I know.
That was cute.
And then she goes, "I miss making fun of your tiny face."
That was
Yeah.
cute too. I like
Yeah.
them so far.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had 30 seconds, and I'm rooting for them.
And she says, last time we were together, we were only together for 12 days. And now we're going to get married in 2 weeks. And he has to convert to Islam before we can get legally married. Like, there's a lot to do.
Is the
And he
process
said,
that quick? Like in Judaism, the process is quite long to convert.
okay, remember the girl we were just talking about, sad girl with the burkini?
Yeah.
And
But she didn't really even try to convert. Oh, no, she did convert.
she did convert the day they got married. They went in. She said,
right.
She said, I convert. And
She
then
didn't
now we're
really even
married.
understand what she was doing. She's like, I convert and we're getting married.
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't do any research on it, just like him.
Yeah, you're totally right.
Yeah. It was all on the same day.
I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah. So he says, it's a lot to take in. We have a lot to do, but I love her. I'm ready for it. Let's go. Okay.
We'll
All
see.
right. Now let's move on to a very sad, sad tale of friends with benefits. It's Justin and Nikki.
I'm calling him Just Igor. I don't like that she just changed his name like a dog to Justin. It was Igor, so it's Just Igor now.
When she gets mad at him, she calls him Igor, though.
She does. It's like,
she's like,
so
okay, Igor.
Yeah. So he has just told her
Igor. That is so good, Kimberly. You are so clever. That is great.
He just told her that he slept with other women, and now their hero shot has gone from her doing this like rap dance video type move, and he's air boxing. He's shadow boxing nobody, and now they just hate each other. They're just glaring. And
did you see the hero shot of Anali and Clayton, where he tries to grab her hand and she jerks it away?
I was picturing the camera crew being like, wow, I told them to go for it and they went for it. Because they're like egging them on. No, look really mad at each other. And they made it like an action scene.
Yeah.
Like, she ripped that hand away. Very good job, Anali.
Yeah, good job.
So they're walking in this beautiful archway and not appreciating it at all because she's crying and she's pushing him.
Bad.
And they're basically having this semantics fight of like, we were on a break, like from Friends. Like he didn't think they were exclusive until he gave her the ring. And she thinks I was putting in like getting attorneys for the K1 visa. How is that not exclusive? I was sending you money. And so he says, it was just a normal needing sex stuff and everybody needs sex. And so that's his excuse.
He really doesn't understand what he did wrong here.
Yeah, he doesn't.
And last week when I was talking to Matt, I was like, here's where he effed up. Because he was like, yeah, friends with benefits. Like everybody has a friend they have sex with. Duh. And she's like, excuse me, that's not what she asked. What she asked him was, are you attracted to women at all? Like, do you have sex with women, or maybe this is just how you are? Like, you're just not really a sexual person. And like, maybe we should just be friends.
Right.
And somehow in there, he crossed that wire and was like, oh, yeah, I have friends I have sex with. Yeah, everybody does. And she's like, now hold on, I'll roll it back. What? So he really, really, really thinks it is just normal to have friends with benefits, even if you're in a committed relationship. But he doesn't think they were committed because they weren't engaged. It's just semantics to
It
him.
is. To him, I mean, it really is. And also, she was so self-conscious, like, maybe you just don't like having sex with women. And he
Yeah,
basically is like, no, I have sex with all the women, all,
everybody.
all the women that aren't you.
That friend in
Um,
the bar that you asked about going down on, I went down on her last week. What do you
right.
mean?
So, and obviously, like, it's implied that you're exclusive, even if you didn't talk about it. Why are you being so dumb? Like,
If she's applying for the K-1 visa again, but he hasn't actually popped the question yet, that she's been there. He's obviously there.
exclusive. They have
Obviously.
gone on
Yes.
vacation together.
Mhm. They're
He
talking about
kind of
him
thinks,
moving there. Yes.
right. I think he thinks every couple is in a state of open relationship unless we say that we're not. Whereas she thinks, like most people, every couple is in a exclusive relationship unless you say that there's an open relationship.
Right. And she's like, he was in an open relationship, but I wasn't. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, look, we know that in real time, Sophie has had a glow up. She's
Yes.
had a glow up on social media.
Gorgeous.
She looks incredible. She's a beautiful girl from the start, but she's had a glow up. And I think now that all this is over and she's got to feel more in control, like we were talking about, she's got to feel more in control with how she looks, and she feels more confident in her photos. You know, she loves a photo because she's an influencer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the holidays are here, Kimberly, as we just discussed, and we really can't control any aspect of the holidays. It just comes around the pike, and you just comes down the pike rather, and you can't control it. So, if you want to feel confident like Sophie and camera ready for your photos, this is why we're excited to partner with
We
Apostrophe.
love apostrophe.
You love Apostrophe too, I know. So, Apostrophe's goal is to help you feel confident in your own skin. And this is whether you're dealing with breakout, aging, acne, scarring.
All of the
They're going to
above.
help you all,
Check,
or maybe you have
check,
all of these
check.
things. Apostrophe helps you love the skin you're in. It's an online platform that connects you with an expert dermatology team to get customized acne treatment or any other kind of treatment you're looking for your skin. They send you a picture of your dermatologist. The guy popped up on my
I love
screen.
it.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, oh, there's my guy. So through Apostrophe, you get access to oral or topical or both medications
Mm-hmm.
that use clinically proven ingredients to help clear up your acne or whatever ails you. In my situation, I'm looking to even out my skin tone with some sunspots from the damage I did putting straight baby oil on my skin from
Jesus.
the 80s. Yeah, when I was going to Florida. So you're going to fill out an online consultation. I love an online
I do too.
consultation.
Yeah.
Love about your skin goals and what's going on, and then your medical history as well. And then you snap the selfies right there on your phone or computer, wherever you're doing it. And the dermatology provider will create a customized treatment plan for you and reach out to you. Then they tell you what you're recommending. You say, yes, no, you're going to get it. They recommend a sunscreen. I got the sunscreen as well. And they treat any kind of breakout. You could even have like butt knee, back knee, chest
They
knee,
do it all.
they do it all, head
Head
to
to
toe.
toe.
I got my prescription and my sunscreen from Apostrophe, and I've been using the cream every other night. It's called Tretinoin, I think. I'm a rule follower. It says you start out every other night, and I want my pictures to look good on my upcoming vacation. So I think it's really working.
That's
You know,
amazing. No,
you can start to use it. Yeah, you can start using it every night, but I'm not quite to that point yet. I got to go these few weeks.
nothing will make you feel better about your skin than having something wrong and then it clears up and then you just appreciate
Yes,
it. It's like when you have a bad cold and then suddenly you wake up
yes,
and you feel better. You feel like the world is your oyster and you feel amazing. And that's
yes.
how it feels when like a problem on your skin goes away. The confidence level
Mm-hmm.
shoots right up.
Mm-hmm. You're like, I didn't realize that I had that giant thing on the side of my face, but look at me. Look how much better I
Yeah.
look. Yes. I like how simple it is to sign up for your first visit. And I love the whole unboxing aspect. We talked about that because it has the cute stickers. Stuck one on my mirror. So we have a special deal for our audience. You're going to get your first visit for only $5 at
Amazing.
apostrophe.com/pinkshade. You got to use our code pinkshade. So that's a savings of $15 because normally it's $20. This code's available to our listeners. You're going to go to apostrophe.com/pinkshade and click get started. Then when you're checking out, also use the code pinkshade. You're going to do that at sign up. You'll get your first visit for only $5. Thank you to Apostrophe for sponsoring this episode.
Love apostrophe.
Love.
So she says, people like me with a past like mine don't have many options. And I felt so badly. And then she says, especially with a good looking person. And I thought,
That made me sad.
that just the whole thing makes me sad. And then she says, especially with someone who's been as open minded as Justin. And I was
Right.
like, I don't believe that. I believe there's someone out there for you. Also, has he been that open minded or has he tried to change you constantly? And why did you add good looking to that? And ladies, raise your standards, be your own Prince Charming. Don't settle for someone who makes you feel bad about yourself constantly. And
Yeah.
Nikki has a real attitude problem and has pissed me off a lot, but she doesn't deserve to feel like this. And it was sad.
No, I agree.
So, and also her nails are too long to wipe away her tears. And I thought she was going to stab herself.
Her hands are so thin and
Yeah.
long, and then she's got those long nails.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like Nicole Kidman doing the clap. It's like, how do you go to the bathroom? How do you do
Yeah.
things? They're so
Yeah.
long.
I don't
So
know.
also, so they go back to the hotel and they're kind of packing up. And she apparently brought like 3 curling irons with her because
Of
they
course.
constantly cut to her wrapping an endless cord. Like there's no end to this cord. She's just constantly wrapping cords.
She's unpacking and repacking her makeup because I think as she was crying, she thought she was going to redo her face.
That
She's
makes
pulling
sense.
everything out and then putting
Yeah.
it all back in. I was like, just give up.
Just
Yeah.
give up. So she says, I was helping him financially. To me, that's a relationship. And I thought that was kind of ick. It felt transactionary and
Yeah.
she holds the money over him a lot.
Yeah.
I agree he
She
should
does.
get a job and pay for himself. But she
He's a
keeps
trainer. Come
mentioning it.
on. Yeah.
Come on. So she says, I was getting immigration lawyers. And I was like, focus on that. Don't mention the money. Keep mentioning the immigration lawyers.
Yeah. Agree.
It's gross. So he says it didn't start until I gave her the ring. And I don't feel bad because I was doing my work. I was telling everyone that Nikki was trans. So again, he reminds us that that was his job. He didn't have to work and make any money. His job was making people tolerant of her.
Yeah.
And he was able to sleep around because he was still doing the work. I don't understand.
These two need a mediator because there's just no middle ground here. Yeah.
So she says, I knew something was off the whole time. I'm questioning everything. I think that's why he didn't want to have sex with me because he was having sex with other people. I would have stopped the K1 visa if I knew. So she's just really, really freaking out. And he's doing like, baby, let me make it up to you. And like getting down and like cuddling her. And
like, how can we fix it? How can we fix it? Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know if it's fixable.
Yeah.
So they're in a bad place.
Yeah.
But they've been in a bad place many times before on this trip, and they have made up within minutes. So we'll see.
Just like Jasmine and Gino, where we leave them is that's it. We're breaking up. I'm packing. I'm leaving. And then next time we see them, it's like we're going on a bank trip.
Yeah.
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 Well, next time on 90 Day Fiance, Gino slaps Jasmine's new ass on the beach. And she says, baby, I dream of this. This is where I want the wedding on the beach. And she goes, and even if we do get married in disgusting Michigan, I really don't want your family to come.
What the heck?
Most concerning was her bikini top that was literally from the toddler section of Target.
It's covering half of a nip.
It covered her nipple, and that was it. What is she thinking? What is she thinking?
Why does she not want Dana to come? Dana is now on her side and help.
She's Dana's wife or the brother's wife, somebody's
so
wife.
Nice. And
so
also,
nice.
She was so mad because the sister-in-law or whoever wanted to go to Florida for vacation and might miss the wedding and was like, don't have the wedding when I'm going to Florida. Why couldn't they coincide those? and have
That's a great
someone
point.
there in Florida.
Your sister has to go on a vacation to Florida.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, now she knows why people want a vacation in Florida.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now we see Nick and Devin. It's their wedding day,
How
and
is
she's
that
like,
possible that they've wrapped up this storyline so fast?
I don't know, maybe
They
because they
came
have,
on late too.
uh,
They started
yeah,
late,
yeah, maybe
and
they
now
have
they're
no problems.
yeah, seriously.
I
The
don't know.
Piggy situation is the
We
only
got to
problem.
resolve the Piggy situation.
Yeah.
And she says she hasn't seen the finished dress yet. So,
Oh,
uh-oh.
that's nerve-wracking. Yeah.
And no backup unless mom bought that dress and didn't tell her.
Oh, that would have been smart.
Clayton and Anali go on a double date with his buddy Cameron and his girlfriend.
I'm so excited for this.
And he orders a virgin cocktail because he lives like a virgin because she won't have sex with him.
He
So awful. He said that at the table.
I was screaming. He said that to the server in front
Yeah.
of these friends that he's never met in person, and in front of her.
Yeah.
What
Awful.
a dick. He's
And
like,
she
that's
says,
Rob level dick at the ring store. That's
I agree.
horrible.
She says she feels very disrespected by his behavior. And also maybe this is why he doesn't have friends.
Yeah. He did say he's awkward in person, to be fair.
Yeah,
He
we
did
see.
give us that caveat, and he was not wrong.
He is correct. Ashley tries on a wedding dress with a big crystal crown for her mother and her sister. And this is the same crystal crown. It's very similar to one that we see Marisol wear on her talking head on Real Housewives of Miami. And I love it.
Yeah,
I
go
love
for
it.
it.
I want one. I don't know where I can get one, but I want one.
Maybe you get one in Paris.
Ooh la la. Sam tells Cirtra, yeah, about that arrest and everything, like I probably can't get diversion. So I'm probably going to have to just like go to court, la, 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 see what the judge and the prosecutor say. Like, I don't know, probation or jail, whatever. And she's like, what? And then she says she's very upset and just wants to go back to Indonesia. Well,
Wait till her dad, the policeman, finds out.
I know. Now we see Rob and Sophie. They're in some sort of a sex shop, it appears.
I wrote Claire's sex shop. It's like a
Oh,
combo of a Claire's at the mall
uh-huh.
with a sex shop.
You could get your ears pierced or your nipples pierced.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rob and Sophie are in sex store, and she says, she says to him, we're not even married yet, and you're already thinking about fucking other people. And then she says, I need to know my man only wants me, and then we got to get this trust back. And then they're sitting in a talking head, and she says to him, you haven't seen videos of women in my phone. I feel very fucking disrespected. And he says, can I talk? Can I talk? Can I talk? Why can't I talk? So,
And again, it's not just videos of women. He was interacting with them, sending them
yeah,
stuff back, asking them for requests, talking
yeah,
with them,
yeah.
which I think makes it worse.
I'm going to tell you from my own personal thought, and this is just me, if anybody ever sent me a video of themselves masturbating, I cannot think of anything more disgusting that I would want to see.
I know. I think
Now,
he's a
maybe it's
sex
hot if
addict.
it's a girl. Maybe it's hot if it's a girl. I don't know, but I cannot think that any woman wants to see a video of a man doing that.
I don't think most women want dick pics. I don't
No, they
think
don't.
that is turning them on, but maybe I'm wrong.
I haven't met any women that want dick pics unless they're like making fun of it.
Show me a chest pic or a forearm pic. Then I'm
Uh-huh.
like, okay.
Yeah, I agree. Show me a man in a nice looking suit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I'm such a weirdo. When my husband has on like a really nice suit and he's going to work, because he used to be every day he wore a suit like that. Now it's only once or twice a week if he goes to the office, and even then he doesn't always have to wear a suit. But he just really can dress really well. He always looks
Yes.
so nice, and his suits are so like he gets them all custom made and all that because that he used to do it 5 days a week. Sometimes he'll come downstairs and be like, "Oh my gosh,
You're so
look
hot.
at you! You
Yeah.
look so nice in your suit. Wow."
Yeah.
He's like, "Too bad I have to leave." I'm like, "No, you can go ahead and go. It's fine."
I wasn't that excited.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Just was trying to give you a compliment. Everybody, a date with Dateline, you know where to find them. Also, Date with the Bake is over,
Yeah.
but they
Thank
also
God.
had that podcast if you were into it.
Yeah.
Why you say thank God? I thought you loved it so much.
I love it. It's just a lot of work. I mean, it's
Well,
just one more show. It's nice to have a little break.
Amen on that, sis.
Yeah, you do
So
15 shows a week.
you guys know we've got this week on Monday, we had Life After Lockup with Keisha. Today is 90 Day with Kimberly. On Thursday, I have our friends Brandy and Julie coming back on the podcast to talk Bravo. And on the weekend, of course, with Amy Archer, we've got the 90 Day Tell-All going on. And we are done
Wild.
with Plathville. Done with Plathville.
Done with Plathville.
And guess what? Fingers crossed this week I will be talking to Olivia Plath. Last week was a miscommunication with her team.
Gotcha.
So this week I will be talking to Olivia Plath and putting that out. And then, guys, when I'm on vacation, I'm doing a fun series called Then and Now. And I'm talking to 3 podcasters I've talked to in the past when I had Payne in the pod. It is Ryan Bailey, Kate Casey, and Matt and Jake. I'm going to be talking to them. They're going to listen to the episode we did in 2018 where I interviewed them about their podcast.
Oh, that's fun.
And then we're going to have like a little 30-minute conversation, like what's happened since then.
Okay, now I want to go back and listen to our episode.
Yeah, because you guys are up, and then I'm probably going to have...
we were very young then, I think.
Yeah, you were just like, you had only been around a couple of years.
Yeah.
Some people had only like just started.
Yeah.
Like Ryan Bailey had just started.
Wow.
And so that's really going to be fun. And I'm going to continue this series whenever I'm doing, according to Kimberly, I take a lot of vacations. I'm going to continue this series whenever I go on one of my mini vacations. And
I just said that wrong.
And I'm going to do it again. I'll do it with you guys. I'll probably do it with Heather McDonald. Some people that still have their podcast going now, because some of these people don't have podcasts anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's going to be fun. Because you know what I just realized? I am going on a vacation at the end of January for 4 days. I'm going on a Disney cruise with my mom and my sisters.
See?
You can't record. You can't record from a cruise. Like, you don't have a choice. No. Not even if you want to. You can't.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Good for you.
Fun.
I say it out of jealousy.
Yeah. And then in March, I am going to Los Angeles, but that is for work.
And I hope I get to see you.
Yeah, I mean, keep up these snarky comments about my vacation. We'll see.
Pictures of you and Matt, like we're doing face masks together. And I'm just going to be so jealous.
What if I send you a picture of Matt and I doing like a Pillow Talk episode? Like, fuck off, Kimberly! I would never. All right, everybody, please head on over to @PinkShadePod on Instagram and give that a follow. And I will talk to you on Thursday with Julie and Brandy. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find a link to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.